In this screencast, we're going to look at how to cite a subscription database. So when I'm in EasyBib, I will log in. And remember, I could just sign in with Google. I go to My Projects, and then I pick whatever project it is I want to put this citation in. I'm just going to put it in my library project. And I'm going to, of course, select the tab that says Database. And I know I'm citing a database because in order to get to this article, I had to go through the Denham Middle School library. I didn't do a Google search to get here. Now it's asking me, what kind of database article are you citing? And when I look at this article, I can see that this is not an article that was created for the database. It came from somewhere else first. Before it was on the database, it was somewhere else. And the somewhere else it was the Boston Globe. All right, this was a Boston Globe article. It was in the newspaper, and then it was put on this database. So when I select this dropdown asking what kind of database article I'm citing, I'm going to say a newspaper article, and then it will take me in. So the first thing it asks me for is my article title, which is right at the top here. How Toll House recipe became a cookie jar staple. And I'll put that in. Then it asks for the author, and the author is right here. And since there's a comma, I know that the last name is being presented first. So this person's name is D.D. Wilson. So in EasyBib, I'm going to put in D.D. as the first name, Wilson as the last name. My newspaper title, of course, is Boston Globe. That's where it came from. And then city, see how it says only include if city is not in the newspaper name. And since Boston is part of the newspaper name, I'm not going to put that in. Edition, that would be if it said, is it the morning edition, the evening edition? So let's take a look. I don't see any edition, so I'm going to skip that. The section of the newspaper it was in, that's right here, G. G is the section, so I'm going to put that in. The date it was published, again, right at the top, here it is, 23rd April, 23rd April, 2014. 23rd April, 2014. Pages, so right after my section number, I had page 10. And since it was only one page, I'm just going to put in a start, all right? It wasn't a range. Database. So this can be tricky. So the database I am on right now is not ProQuest. ProQuest is the publisher of this database. The name of the database is right here. The database name is also Boston Globe. That can be tricky sometimes figuring out who's the publisher, what's the actual database name. So I'm going to put in Boston Globe, the name of my database. Date access is the date I read the article. And if it's today, I'll just hit the little today button. The URL. Now look at this URL. It's very long and it's also not useful because if I gave this URL to somebody else, if they didn't have a subscription, they can't get to the article anyway. So for database citations, just take the base. So up to the .com or the .org or whatever it might be, okay? So I'm just going to take this part of it, and I'll put that in. And I'm going to say yes to displaying my URL, and that's everything I need. So then I can create my citation, and there it is.